Jaques catches, puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining.
Oh yeah. We packing somebody up tonight. Hey. Come on in, take your shoes off before we close the door. Few rules, heat packing the air, we about to blow. This the basement, ain't nobody safe, you already know. Grab a seat and kick your feet before you get too comfortable. You want the X's and the O's, the trade, yes and no. Friends and the foes, the butlers and the heroes. You can feel it in your soul, but when the ring is the goal. But if somebody need to go, we be sure to let you know. Going hard for my dogs is an everyday thing. Like Jimmy down the lane of 13 off the screen. Whole squad keep it tucked like number 17. Bring your takes and your memes, going hard for the team. Going down in the basement. It's going down in the basement. Get your takes off. Get your takes off. Going down in the basement.
Yeah! Welcome to the Basement Sports Network post-game show. I'm your host, Royal A. Shepherd. And in celebration of Black History Month, they have saddled me with the three whitest members of the basement, excluding Hot Take Harry. We got my guy, Alex Sheltman. Sheltman, how you doing tonight, my boy?
I'm good, bro. Glad the weekend is here. Not happy to be watching Miami Heat basketball tonight, but we did anyway. Yeah.
Indeed, one of the worst ways to spend a Friday night is by watching a hotly contested game of the Miami Heat and the second worst team in the NBA. What could be even worse is probably doing it at 4 o'clock in the morning, like my guy George. George, how you doing this morning, afternoon? I don't know what time it is over there.
Afternoon. It is 1:40 here today, and it is a toasty 101 outside. And I stayed inside watching the game when it is beautiful outside. And fuck me, do I regret that shit so much.
You say 101, the heat is on. And dressed in the proper apparel, we got my guy Stone pulling up one time for the one time in a Heat jersey. What jersey is that, Stone? Brother, you might very well be the reason why this could go down as one of the most terrible trades in Heat history. How you doing today, Stone?
I'm doing great. All I know is my man's getting Bam the ball in the post. It only took, I don't know, 6-7 years of Bam's career to find someone that could do that, but we found him, and we'll keep building from there. I'm doing great. Miami Heat won against a very valiant opponent in the Washington Wizards. Eric Reed was happy, so I was happy. That's all I really got for you.
Yeah. Dev Master 93, you feel my pain, brother. Okay? I'm surrounded in Black History Month, but it doesn't matter. I can feel our ancestors. Don't worry about it, brother. I will not be boxed in this evening. We just go talk a little basketball and get the hell up out of here. So, Miami won this game 110-102 over the Washington Wizards. The game was cool. Like, not cool. Like, like it wasn't cool because you're in a game. Like, first off, you were losing it at first. And then it took some like Kevin Love heroics in the third to kind of get you back into it. But I mean, I don't know. It was a weird game for me. He said, "Stay black." I have literally no choice. My man Dan the Film Gent with the $5 no. Consistency is key, ladies and gentlemen. Bam is an all-star for the third time. But no, in all seriousness, I don't care about that. Just go win the chip at this point. They're not doing that. But yeah, we haven't gotten a chance to congratulate Bam Adebayo on his third All-Star selection. Great job. We'll dive into that more in probably like a Spaces or something. We're going to get to this game. Shelton, starting with you, bro. Give me your thoughts on the game tonight.
It's the Wizards have 9 wins. Like, why the fuck was this a dogfight versus a 9-win Wizard team, bro? Like, cool, you're on a 2-game win streak, but come on. Like, if this was the playoffs, the national media would be talking about how the Heat lost 3 of the 4 quarters tonight versus the Washington Wizards, which they did. But yeah, they showed up in that third quarter when they went on a I believe Clay Ferraro tweeted out they went on a 17-3 run at the 6-minute mark when Somebody went to the bench. I will not mention his name.
Two somebodies.
No, just one somebody. But yeah, they got the job done. I mean, as many people, such as myself, such as Royal, have been saying, I never doubted this team. They have the guts. This is a gutsy Heat team. I knew nobody beats Eric Spoelstra 8 times in a row. Just does not happen. 7 times, maybe once, but 8 has never happened. So once that 7th loss came in, I knew turning point on the season. Some other networks may have said it's time to blow this up. This team and this core have run its course. Not me. Nope. I had the guts the whole time. I knew they were going to turn it around. This Miami Heat team is going to win the NBA championship. Ricky J. Mark was right from the start. They are going to win an NBA championship, and if you disagree with that, you are a racist and you hate women and children.
Correct. Listen, I don't know if y'all ever heard this. B. Weezyberg isn't it appropriate in the month that we're in, but I don't know if y'all ever heard this from any group in particular. But the Miami Heat are not making any trades. We've said this. Well, it's because they don't want to. Well, because they don't feel it necessary. If they don't feel it necessary, why should we feel it's necessary? So we're trying to tell y'all it's not. George, give me your thoughts on tonight's game, bro.
Against any other team in the National Basketball Association, we lose tonight and lose vividly. We had 3 good performers. Okay, barring the Detroit Pistons and maybe one more. What the fuck, Alex? Don't give me the.
They would have beat the Celtics by 36 tonight because that's what they fucking do.
Fucking hell, I can't argue with that.
Except for
besides Kevin Love,
you can just look at the last time they played the Celtics. That provided a pretty clear argument against it. No, go ahead. Just continue.
Bam, Jimmy, and Kevin Love balled the fuck out tonight. I was happier with Terry Rozier's performance tonight, barring the fact that you start from shit, and I'm happier than shit. Okay, like 2 for 13, fucking abysmal. But he got to the rim, he created, he got some boards. He did 11-11 from the free throw line. I'm happier with that sort of performance. He just can't shoot for shit right now. It fucking pisses me off to watch, but he can't. Because I traded him into my team for one of my best players. And fucking was I wrong. In fantasy basketball.
I thought you were referring to Kyle Lowry for a second. I almost had a heart attack and died.
That fandom is a little too strong. I see a couple people mentioning it. But yeah, you want to say RIP to Carl Weathers. That shit was pretty tragic. He was a great actor, great athlete, played for the Oakland Raiders, did a lot of like people's favorite movies. You saw a lot of people like Arnold Schwarzenegger and shit like that, like reaching out, Sylvester Stallone. He's Apollo Creed in Rocky, for those of you who don't know, but he passed away today, man. So RIP to the legend. That shit was pretty tough. But yeah, Predator. But yeah, a lot of people, shout him out. Mando. He was in The Mandalorian too, bro. Like, just a really solid actor. They say he was an even better person. It was cool though. Stone, my man, you got on the Terry Rozier jersey, brother. And not gonna lie, we called Jimmy a free throw merchant. You take away 11 for 11 for the free throw line for him tonight. And gang, shit's starting to get rough. But I want to hear your thoughts on the overall game before we go into individual players.
Everybody knows how much I love me a free throw merchant. Slow the game down, get to the line, fundamentals. All the greatest shooters to ever play the game were great free throw shooters. I can keep going. Keep getting to that stripe, buddy. My main thoughts on the game tonight are that we are getting really, really close to seeing my dream starting lineup that comes in during this Bam substitution rotation that we get. I want Bam out there as part of my starting lineup, but when they take Bam out and run that Kevin Love, Terry, Jimmy, Triple J, Caleb Martin lineup, if we could swap Caleb Martin with Duncan and we could swap Kevin Love with Bam Adebayo, we get my dream starting 5 out there. And I'm just really, really enjoying those minutes of basketball that I'm getting to watch. And I believe that was the unit that sparked that big run in the third quarter.
Yeah, that because it happened without Tyler and without Bam on the court. I know a lot of people highlighted the fact that Tyler wasn't out there, but it was Bam as well. Like he wasn't out there either. He ended with a great stat line. I don't feel like this was a great game. I feel like it was a good game, but I feel like he left some things out there to be desired. I think the shot selection went back to the mid-range shit a little bit heavily, but he did get some easy ones. You got back-to-back possessions with him getting lobs, one from Tyler Herro, one from Terry Rozier. Let's spend some time talking about the backcourt a little bit, Shelton. It's been rough, bro. Like, since Terry Rozier's got here, that backcourt just hasn't quite figured it out. Tonight, they each gave you 15 points, but the shooting splits have been horrific for both of them. Like, why is that, like, not kind of gelling, bro?
Yeah, I mean, if you tuned into the episode of the Random Scrub Heat podcast 2 weeks ago, hosted by LJ Cascon, you would know that one of the many things that I was worried about with the backcourt was not necessarily the defense. It was actually the offense and how the offensive fit was going to go. Terry is a guy that needs the ball in his hands. Other player that I will not mention is also that same type of guy. And Terry is, while he's great at catch and shoot threes, he still does need to operate in the pick and roll and getting downhill to get to those spots to free himself up to do that. So, yeah, I feel like he's just struggling to fit in with his backcourt partner because that person doesn't necessarily want to share the ball or sacrifice as much as he likes to talk about in his post-game interviews. He had 19 shots tonight. I am very glad he sacrificed and allowed Bam Adebayo to have 14. Very, very, very generous of him to do that. But yeah, I just don't think it's going to work. Ultimately, I really don't. Unless one of them goes to the bench, I don't think the pairing is going to work. And I could be wrong on that. I know we're only 5 or 6 games in at this point, but it hasn't looked good for pretty much all of them. So, yeah.
Yeah, I do agree, bro. Like, I don't think it's ultimately going to work either. I do think that there is some, I don't know, confusion about who's supposed to handle the ball at what times. It feels like Terry Rozier is just kind of like it. I've seen it like he's deferring to Tyler Herro, but not really. My boy, Heat culture up. Listen, so my boy hit me up on the PlayStation app and was like, let's run some 2K. We got into the game the other day. My boy hoop now. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know if you want me to put his gamer tag out there or his PSN out there. You can put your PSN in the comments if you want to. But yeah, fuck with him, bro. Right on that game now. He saw the legend himself out there on that 2K too. Y'all follow me on that 2K now. I hope. But yeah, I think in terms of like the Terry Rozier, like Tyler Herro dynamic, George, I feel like at times when I'm watching Terry Rozier play, it feels like he's playing with shackles on himself. Like he's the one actively out there thinking about whether he should shoot or whether he should facilitate. And I think that slowing down process is taken away from his game. Why do you believe like either Terry Rozier isn't working out or this backcourt isn't working out together?
I think he is overthinking it a lot as well. I think he's having more of an opportunity, not in terms of possessions, because in Charlotte he was, when LaMelo was out especially, he was running the offense from start to end. But when he plays like this, when he's got a much different role in the team, I still think he's in his head about it too much, where he feels like he's expected to facilitate most of the time. Then when he does shoot, it's got to be something's got to be affecting him other than what the obvious is. Like saying that he's struggling is just one thing, but this is like disastrous numbers. These are very, very, very fucking bad shooting numbers. So when you look back to it, I feel like the front court itself isn't built. It's so like they're both talented. Okay, Tyler Herro and Rozier individually talented players. Together, I don't know. I don't know how they fit together. I feel like they don't really complement each other in any which way. Herro's struggling just as much as Rozier is this month. Last month especially, and at the start of this month. This month. But when Rozier plays,
we know why he's struggling this month.
Like, yeah, He tends to do this before trade deadline time as well. He always tends to play like utter
That's not
bullshit.
what I was talking about, George.
No, it's the truth though. If you look at his numbers, the last 6 games before the trade deadline, it's like career lows for him across the board. And then after the trade deadline ends, he hoops. He hoops like he does, and it'll happen the exact same this year as well. I call it from now. You will see a string of 3 games that are fucking much better than they are now from Herro. But I don't know with Terry. Terry, something I feel like Spo needs to do a better job at putting him with a lineup where he can excel. I don't feel like you can have them at the court at the same time, at any which way. I don't care what point of the game it is. The first 3 minutes of the game, where like the first 6 minutes before they make a sub, it looks just as bad as the last 5 minutes before he takes them both out. So you got to stagger their minutes better. I feel like you got to give Terry his confidence back, and you got to give Tyler Herro his own role. But we've been saying this for how long now, that he needs to go to the bench and facilitate with that bench unit. But
so to Grossman's point, like he said, lest we forget Rozier's terribly inefficient scorer and his shot selection with Charlotte was Herro-esque. I think that's why we're having this conversation. We recognize that they are 2 similar players. And I think the last game, it was kind of smoke and mirrors in the way that they were able to play off of each other or whatever. Tyler was shooting the ball less, Terry facilitating, and it looked like it would work. But it's just kind of like you get a situation like this where neither one of them is just kind of they're not getting huge assist numbers on a night in, night out basis. Tonight they combined for 10 assists. If they're not going to combine for huge assist numbers and they're going to shoot inefficiently, then it's going to be tough to kind of figure out a way to be able to play them or even stagger them, bro. Because you have to have both of them on the floor at some point. Thank you, Corbs, with the $10 donor. He said, serious questions. If you make $27 million a year, should you be able to get off a good shot on your defender without a pick from Bam? In theory, but some people get paid $27 million for being good 6-man. He said he's also not a fucking point guard. You talk about Terry or you talk about Tyler? Because I don't think either one of them are point guards. Stone, what are your thoughts on this Terry-Tyler backcourt dynamic? How do you feel it's going?
This conversation really pains me because I got to put my favorite player in a negative light with Jimmy Butler. I think that he comes in when he starts to play Jimmy ball and we get these 30-point performances, or I don't know what he had tonight, but when he starts to really try and force the issue in games, it really slows down the offense and they stop playing with urgency. That can't work with Terry Rozier and Tyler Herro both on the court together. They could maybe play together without Jimmy on the court, or it could be Jimmy and one of them maybe. I think that Spo could maybe figure out a way to make it work in those circumstances. The 3 of them where Jimmy really slows down the game, kills the shot clock, that's just not going to work with the style of play that those 2 guys have. So I think there is a solution to staggering, but I think it's a bigger picture than just Terry Rozier and Tyler Herro. I think we got to look at kind of the whole unit that they're running out there with them. Also, when we're up in these games, I do not understand the reason why Tyler Herro needs to be closing these games. I mean, I've seen the Denver Nuggets take Nikola.
He got pulled at the end of this game. He got pulled for Caleb Martin towards the end of this one when they needed a defensive stop, but he was not playing well enough to be in it. Yeah, go ahead.
Had they done that at the 2-minute mark, then it's not even a game at the 1-minute mark. But they left him in there, and Corey Kispert went right at him twice, and Corey Kispert put up 6 quick points, and then Jordan Poole got fouled, and all of a sudden it's a game again. So I don't understand when they have a double-digit lead with 2-ish minutes left in the game, why Tyler Herro needs to be out there closing the game. No, you got defensive dogs that you can turn to close the game at that point. And if for some reason they start peeing down their leg, then maybe go put him back out there to be, his heroic hero self or whatever you think he can do.
Yeah, bro. So this is a suggestion. Brother, you do realize that you have 3 negative impact defensive players on the court at the same time. I do agree that they need to find a way to stagger Tyler and Terry. Starting them together does not look like it's going to be beneficial to Miami. Separating them is impossible. I don't think that they're going to bench Terry Rozier for, say, Josh Richardson. I know they're not going to bench Tyler Herro. So I think this is kind of what we're going to roll out there with. and you're going to have to try and find a way. Like, I agree with your point, Stone. I think that you can play one of them with Jimmy Butler without the other, and I think the one that needs to be playing with him is Terry Rozier. The problem comes is if you're separating Terry and Tyler, then that means you also have to separate Jimmy and Bam because you're going to give Bam to Tyler to run with another unit, but you're also going to be playing Tyler and Duncan in a unit like that. So like that's kind of what you talk about. When you talk about this problem expanding to the larger team, it's like you brought in a player that plays very similarly to Tyler Herro when Tyler Herro was already here and that play style wasn't quite doing it for the team. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know, bro. It's tough, bro. And that's what's supposed to figure out. Like that shit's just probably not going to, like, it's just not going to work, bro. It's just not going to work.
So what you're saying is we need Ben Simmons, is what you're saying. We should be trading for Ben Simmons.
I'm saying that Ben Simmons would be a better fit next to either Tyler Herro or Terry Rozier than they are next to each other.
It's true.
But Ben Simmons would also play one game before his vagina starts. Speaking of vaginas. Bow chicky wow wow. My bad, y'all. Y'all know that woman can't be in here. Oh, speaking of, she said, "Where's my brother?" My brother just closed on his house today. He and his wife are getting their first home, so they just kind of like closed on their house today, which is fucking great. What you mean, bro? Hey, bro. First of all, stay out of this, bro. This is between me and my lovely lady lunch right here. Okay, don't get involved around here, brother. Okay, just stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. But so you did bring up kind of like the time of year where Jimmy goes into this slow down ISO ball. We saw it a lot. Like he's been doing that the past couple of games. So and we saw it again tonight where he just kind of went into that bag, slowing it down. And I do think that affects the other team, the rest of the team. I'm sorry, it affects the rest of the team in a somewhat negative fashion. But the overall goal is getting wins, and he's helping us get that. Shelton, I want to hear you talk about Jimmy Butler tonight.
I said it all of last year, said it most of this year. The Heat are at their best when Jimmy is engaged and attacking the basket early. I believe he had 10 first quarter points tonight. I believe he had 11 against the Kings in the first quarter. So, I mean, what do I know? I'm just a guy on the internet, you know? But yeah, I mean, it's nice to see him giving somewhat of a shit about basketball again. It is February, so I guess he's sort of gearing himself up a little bit for the games that matter for the most part. But yeah, this is the time of year where I can tolerate watching Jimmy Butler play basketball because it's actually someone that looks like they care about their profession that is making them multiple millions of dollars for a children's game. But yeah, he was excellent again tonight. He was great against the Kings. I don't know why the fuck he decided like to shoot 44% from three this year. I don't know like how that happened. It just like happened.
He was 1 for 1 tonight.
Like I kind of just want him to get to the 90% on the free throw thing so he could shoot 50, 40, 90. That would just be the funniest shit to me. Just Jimmy Butler, a 50, 40, 90 guy when there's like 12 guys in history that have done it.
Like Jimmy Butler, he's a very mercurial player, bro. Like he's just all over the place. And Eli, I have horrific news for you, brother. I am HR. So what am I going to do? Talk to myself? I guess I should. Sometimes I do need some expert advice. So I'll just make sure that the next time I say something inappropriate, then I talk to me and then let me know that will not be tolerated by me. Or the next time that I do that, then I will have to fire my ass. Okay. Like that's just, I'm going to lay down the law with me. George, let me talk to me about Jimmy Butler. Huh?
I'm actually on board with this comment right here. Like, don't put Jimmy in the All-Star game. Just put him in the 3-point contest. That would be some truly hilarious shit.
He'll win wearing his warm-ups. So you saying he's going to pull some Larry Bird shit, walk in there, talk about who's coming in second? If Jimmy Butler wins the 3-point, bro, stop. Go ahead, George. Talk to me about Jimmy Butler.
He's found himself in a different role, I feel like, this year, especially with now bringing in Terry Rozier. He's going to have to look to to actually play different. He's going to have to look to play different for the first time. Now, will he? I don't think so, because Jimmy's Jimmy. When playoff Jimmy comes around, it's going to be disastrous, as in like for the other team. He's going to play his heart out. He's always going to do the same thing. But I feel like we're trying to get Jimmy. So we should look to get Jimmy back to the way he was playing in the bubble, where he was largely playing a pass first role. He was playing a pass first role.
Yes, he was. But no, we should not get him back to that. That shit used to frustrate me to no end, bro. He would be right under the rim and would pass that bitch.
Not to that extent, all right? To an extent. I'm saying, okay, let me strip back the argument a little. Okay, not the full pass first version.
You said like make Jimmy like a facilitator, like one of our primary facilitators.
Like the primary sponsor of the basement, Simple Health Advisors.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7, 3, 8. 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7, 3, 8. 3, 2, 1,
3, 4, 5, 7, 7, 3, 8. Don't complicate insurance, I can't wait. Do you need it? Yes, you do. So call James Pugh at Simple Health Advisors. He is not a liar, so pick up the phone and call Simple Health Advisors.
Hey, bro, just because of that little jig, I don't even remember the man's phone number. Not finding it. So you have to see it. Beautifully done, Sheltman. You are getting a raise, and by raise I mean you might actually get paid this month. What you were saying, George?
I'm saying with Herro playing the way Herro Rozier playing with the way they're playing now, they're not combo guards in any facet in the word. Like they're not defensive defensive guards. They don't really facilitate the highest level either. You need someone, and if Tyler Herro is not going to do what he did last game, which was delegate and actually pass up shots that, I wouldn't say always hurtful to the team, but against the run of play, which he did today, like they were on the back of a massive comeback. He was just launching shit again. Like even in the first half, he was just launching shit. It fucking annoys me. The only shot I saw that
the one he made, bro.
The camera wasn't even on him properly. It was fucking
because he shouldn't have shot it. He shouldn't have shot it, bro. Like, God damn, bro. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
I'm only talking in terms of like what's going to help this team win in general. Now, if Herro's not going to be that guy, which he fucking damn right should be, because you want Jimmy to be playoff Jimmy. You want Jimmy to be in that mode. Now, if you've got no one facilitating and everyone just trying to chuck shots, it's not going to fucking work. This whole the infrastructure just is not there. The foundation is bad. You can't have four. Bam can only do so much in terms of trying to get himself open and get shots for for Herro by setting screens and do shit like that. But you need someone to delegate. You need someone to pass the ball to facilitate, which is why Gabe Vincent's on the trade market and he should come back home.
I like the way
yes, fuck off, Stone. He was perfect here.
I like the way that you slipped that in there, George. Listen, bro. Listen, gang. I don't want y'all to think that I have these motherfuckers on a schedule. I don't have a schedule of who shows up to which post-game show. It's literally, bro, it is one of the You should have brought your ass to work there. Let them folks cook. I appreciate you guys for being here. Don't let these racists in the comment section try and hold y'all down. I appreciate my fellow Caucasian members of the basement who showed up to work today. Stone, talk about your favorite player on the team, Jimmy Butler, and why he deserves to be the MVP of the league.
Well, I mean, that's quite clear and obvious. He always just does more with less. Whether it's beating Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins in a pickup game in Minnesota with the third stringers, or, taking this garbage heat team back to the finals year in and year out and tanking our draft stock. He finds a way. Yeah, I mean, we're at our best when he's playing his best. I just think like the overall bigger point
is
I was
this
trying
Harry?
to make.
Who is
I think that's LJ. That's LJ.
LJ, I will happily tag out so that you can come finish the show if you want to jump on here. That's what we'll do. If LJ decides he's going to come through, I'm going to tag out. I'm going to let LJ and the Whites finish the first show of Black History Month. Go ahead, Stone.
I just think that the issue becomes that this team, when they need to play with urgency, they can't. They don't know how to find that urgency. And so that's kind of, if it's possible for this team to evolve at this point, because I know a lot of people think that they've plateaued, and maybe they have. It would be trying to find ways for guys like Jimmy, and I don't know. I'll remove 14 from this conversation because his urgency is more panicky than what I would call like efficient basketball urgency. But like, can the younger guys, like, can JJJ help this team play more urgent? I mean, he's flying all over the place. He's backdoor cutting. Like, late in the game, there was a moment where Jimmy brought the ball up and was slowing things down. And like, I know they're trying to kill the clock and stuff, but like, he missed Caleb Martin wide open. Probably a good thing. Probably a Caleb Martin brick on the other end of that. The thing about Caleb Martin is when he takes a tough shot and he makes it, you know he's going to take another one, which is just unfortunate. But it's can those type of guys, like the glue guys, find ways to create that urgency while Jimmy's kind of slowing the game down and doing the things he does well? Can they create that urgency around him? I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you. Take one thing that you said that was interesting is about JJJ, him flying around and shit like that. Brother, it has not looked the same recently. I'm sorry. Like, he has not popped off the screen.
Your sorry ass team stealing my defensive coordinator.
Shut the fuck up while a black man is talking. Fuck the Ravens. I love Lamar Jackson, though. Not gonna lie. Listen to my guy Lenny Penny, and make sure y'all smash that like button for us. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe to the Basement Sports Network and follow us for all these post-game shows and shit like that. So appreciate you, Lenny, for reminding the people that we need to kind of whoop this algorithm's ass, and we can only do it together as a team. But yeah, Triple J, is this rookie wall? Is this new player fit issue, Sheltman? What is it? Because JJJ is not JJJ no more, and I feel like he's fallen down the list of kind of like impactful rookies.
Yeah, I think it's a mix. I think people crowned him after 40 games as this world beater. Reminder that he was a late pick in the first round. Again, I will definitely admit that I was wrong. I think JJJ is a very quality role player. I do like his offensive game. His defensive game is not bad. I think there's some work to be had there, but it's not like he's a turnstile on defense by any means. But yeah, this is just another classic case of the Heat fandom selling out for a player after 20, 30, 40 games that he's, their new Jesus in a Heat uni. Unrelated to that, Cam Whitmore tonight had 25 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals on 58% shooting in 21 minutes off the bench. Objects and mirror may be closer than they appear.
Shit, Wemby only had 16 tonight.
Brother, the problem is Wemby was gone when the Miami Heat drafted. Cam Whitmore was not. All right. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, so happy to announce that Kendall has been re-signed for 4 more years here at the Basement. The deal is worth the equivalent of Tyler Herro's deal, and we're doubling his pay after 1 year to be more than Tyler Herro, because my dog is infinitely more valuable than Tyler Herro ever has been to the Miami Heat. So shout out to Kendall. Great news for him. Great news for the Basement to be retaining one of the GOATs in this content creator shit. Big news for us. That makes me really happy. George, talk to me about how many Jaquez, bro. What's happening? Why is the shine kind of worn off on the rookie?
Now, I don't want to make any excuses, so I'm just going to get that out of the way very quickly. No excuses for the way he's played. I think his play has been
becomes a butt.
But I feel, what? The injury has taken some of the air out of it, like from under his wings. That's the only one. And also, I feel like the Rozier deal has actually affected him negatively more than most people on this team. I feel like they don't. It's not that they don't need him now, but they don't particularly need exactly what he offers. Like, you don't need another guy to come and give you buckets of the bench as badly as you did before. I'll shut up.
Yeah. Boy is here. As you
A real
know,
stepper.
93 Supreme Big Stepper coming through. I appreciate it, George. But yes, I have been re-signed. The deal has just went through. Yeah, and this is a balloon payment. If you think Tyler Johnson's contract was balloon, you see
the poison pill on this bitch.
Hey, blimp, Goodyear blimp, hot air balloon. That's the level this contract's on. First year front loaded. There's gonna be no salary cap for you whites. Sorry, but Stone, I'm gonna make sure we gonna get you a deal somewhere. And Donardo.
Hey, you done with your stream, bro? I know George was over there commenting in your stream.
To be honest, I just kind of wanted to. I didn't feel like there was enough whites to celebrate the beautiful month that we are in. So I figured I'd go ahead and show up and do my part. I think it's all important that we do our part during this time, so we don't let the others take over. Hey, what's up, my guy? Who said that? Who said that, D Master? Hey, put that comment back up, baby. You a real one, dog.
He was not talking about your motherfucking ass. And how dare you interrupt that black man while he was talking? Get the fuck out. I'll bring him back up here in a second.
That was crazy.
It was, but he got produced
and he has his contract will be incentive based. And it will be a threshold we will guarantee he will not hit.
Like defensive player of the year.
That Tyler Herro MVP shit.
Come on now.
I want you to do me a favor. Remove this cracker from my show.
Stone, we got some ball to discuss, brother. I'll be in the back. Do not run. Have a good show, boys.
All right, gang. You stand for the rest
just
of the
like
show,
that,
brother?
it's 4v1.
We never hoop before Royal, but that defensive player to your comment is the most accurate thing you ever said.
I've watched your clips, bro. I've seen you post the clips, and I'll admit, bro, you got a torch on there. You got a cannon on your shoulder. His jump shot is awkward, but that bitch go to the bottom of the net. But brother, I'm not looking forward to you stopping nobody, bro. You are the embodiment of Tyler Herro. We was talking about Jaquez. I don't think George ever got to finish his point. George, you want to wrap up your point about Jaquez?
I was pretty much done. I'm saying that I feel like they don't need what he offers as much as they did at the start of the season when he was adding something that we were missing, which was like attacking the rim. We really needed that, and then he found himself that like in a good situation. Now, not so much. You still need obviously someone to attack the rim, but he's not getting the same opportunity. He's not getting the same shots. It's not that he's not talented, and that I still don't think he's hit the rookie wall at full extent. I just feel like they don't really need what he offers at the moment to the same extent as they did at the start of the season. So opportunity goes down, shot attempts go down. He just looks less productive. We just need people to pass the fucking ball and defend. That's what we need.
So the problem that I have with what you did, like he did nothing to lose those opportunities. Nothing in his play lost him those opportunities. And I don't think the people that are replacing those opportunities are worthy of doing so all the time. And want to hear just kind of like your thoughts on Triple J. He's like, the play's going down a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it sucks how he's not getting as many isolation attempts as he used to, because I feel like he's so efficient when he gets those attempts. I remember one time tonight, he got the ball on like sort of like on the baseline, farther away from the camera, and he kind of did his little jab step, got right to the rim, one shoulder bump, easy layup. Like, he's a legit 70% isolation scorer, because unlike number 14, when Jaquez goes ISO, he gets to the rim. And that's something that I really miss seeing from him. I love that you had that one play where Jimmy found a back door because Jaime used his great footwork, did a little spin, and went baseline. They're obviously not going to run their offense around him or call many plays for him, but I think the offense would be better if they would, because he's very efficient at getting to the rim.
But I'm trying to figure out, like, why is it that we aren't getting like the volume that we were getting earlier? Like, is it because like the addition of Terry Rozier and having Tyler Herro out there just kind of like makes it so that he won't have as many opportunities with the ball in his hands? Is it because, you know what I mean, like the second unit functions differently now?
I think it's just that Jimmy's back. I think it's as easy as that. Like, I don't think it. I think that's it.
I think Terry Rozier and Tyler Herro have a lot to do with why that man not getting the ball no more, bro. Like, I think those two, you have to split them up. They can't always play together. And when you take one off the floor, the other one has the ball. And I think it takes away some of those opportunities that Jaime had where we saw him kind of like, I don't know. But I also think the injury could be like a thing. But I'm not sure, though, bro. Like, it's a lot that goes into it. Caleb's kind of resurgence. He wasn't great tonight, but Caleb Martin played 28 minutes tonight. He's our new point of attack defender. So, like, he has to play. I don't know, bro. I just feel like this is all. Somebody said, can we talk about Haywood Hospital? Why?
I didn't even know he was fucking playing tonight until I looked at the box score.
He's
I'm not
starting.
going to lie.
I know he was playing.
God.
I know he's playing because Crotty makes the same comment about him every single game when he gets that ball and he takes that he moves his feet just a little bit and he chucks up that three, and every single time it's a brick, and he says that he's a catch and shoot shooter. And I just want to say, Crotty, no, he's not. He's not a shooter at all. The only court that he should be shooting on is in Beijing, China.
Bro, Crotty be saying, "Oh, that's a tough one by Haywood." He be saying that all the time.
Bro, I think Crotty started to get sick of his team too. Crotty ain't about too many situations this year. But yeah, I think y'all handle all the Haywood Highsmith talk that I could take for the evening. Let's talk about Kevin Love a little bit, bro, because I believe my boy deserves some flowers. I think personally, Kevin Love was the reason that we won this game. He had a double-double in like 13 fucking minutes. Like, shit was insane, bro. He was out there, and it felt like you felt his impact instantaneously. He is, again, playing backup center. There's been some conversation around whether or not he should be a 4 or the backup 5. I saw some of that on the timeline today. I don't really care. I just know that he's been impactful. Shelton, just tell me, like, I know the old man has been slumping a little bit, and we can't expect this every night. But when you do get it, bro, like, talk about Kevin Love's impact on this roster and how it's been specifically tonight.
He's just an incredibly cerebral player. Like, you can see why a dude with very little athleticism turned into an all-NBA talent when he was, in his prime in Minnesota, because he's very smart. Like, he's just like a very, very intelligent basketball player. And that has carried over with him into his old age. Sure, he doesn't necessarily get the touches anymore. His body has broken down over the years, so he's not going to be able to bang in the paint as much as he usually would be able to. But he's just using his intelligence to put himself in the right spots to get random ass rebounds. He's still capable of hitting the three at a pretty good rate, and I really, really hope they manage his minutes for the rest of the year, because I feel like he is such a critical piece to what this team is, that if he is not available in the playoffs, it sounds absurd to say, but if a 38-year-old or however the fuck old he is, Kevin Love, is not available in the playoffs, we might be in some legit trouble. And again, it's almost as insane to say, like, this Heat team going on a massive losing streak when a rookie went out with Jaime Jaquez to talk about how important he was to the roster. I feel like Kevin Love's sort of in the same light, where they just don't have enough smart basketball players to get on the court. And if he's one of them, then he needs to be on the court. And filling his time with people like Jovic or fucking Thomas Bryant, like, it just has not looked good. So I hope he is able to stay healthy the rest of the way. And if he can give 10 and 6 every night, I will be happy with that.
So I think you kind of like hit it, like you kind of like circled over it. Like, the reason Kevin Love feels so important is because if Kevin Love's not playing, then we're playing Thomas Bryant. And that feels detrimental to the roster. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read this $5 dono from Corbs. He said, Jaime's scoring seems to have slowed down when Tyler Herro came back from injury. Very, very weird, if you ask me, Corbs. I don't know what the correlation is there or nothing. It's not like I might have speculated that could happen even when Tyler Herro was injured. But I see you and I might need to have a one-on-one conversation to pontificate on such things. True to my word, there's another white that has shown up to work, and he is actually PG2 on this network. My boy LJ Cascon has pulled up time for the one time, and true to my word, I'm going to let him continue and host this for the rest of the show. I'll see y'all later. Have a good rest of the show, guys.
Gentlemen, we did it. Mission accomplished.
Hey, I haven't hosted a post-game show yet on the network, but we host a nice little weekly podcast. If anybody's ever heard of it, it's the Random Scrub Heat podcast. What have you guys talked about? I tuned in a little bit late. Actually, the one reason I did want to show up is because it is Black History Month. I had to add a little spice, a little horchata to the lineup here. I want to give George a solo where he just says Nick Richards 5 times fast. Can you do that for me, George?
We have a Fifth Amendment in this country, George. I recommend you plead it. You get to legally remain silent. There we go.
I take that as George saying that he no longer wants to participate with the network because it was a pretty simple request. I didn't realize that it was a tall task.
He said it
some
on
things
mute.
For some people. The language barriers interrupt some certain things. George, I'll give you a backup. I'll give you one opportunity for a backup. What is Steve Kerr's son's name?
Nicholas Kerr.
Correct. See, was that so hard?
No, not at all.
Congratulations, you get to stay.
I actually
On
feel
top
like I'm
of that,
a fucking Squid Game right now.
Who haven't we talked about tonight?
Jordan Poole.
I love watching Jordan Poole play. We haven't talked about too much from the Wizards side of things, have we? We're changing things up tonight a little bit. I think we need to talk about what we saw from Washington's side, because the way I saw it, Miami had, what was it, a 17-point lead in the second half, and that thing evaporated like you pour a little bit of water on the asphalt on a hot summer Miami day. It is absolutely incredible. Where are the black folks? They're around. Don't fear not. They're there. We have one right there.
I do want to say that.
Welcome to the network, man.
I want you to do me a favor. Remove this cracker from my show.
Oh shit, bro. Oh, that is fantastic, bro. Let them finish, bro. Let them finish, bro. Oh shit.
I agree with that because Italians are basically the black people of white people.
All right.
Right, Antonardo?
I would just wanted to say that George could say the N-word 100 times, and that still won't be more racist than when Royal said that Martin Luther King deserved it.
That's what happens when Ant hosts the show.
Oh, fuck. This is nowhere near how this show was going.
Almost. See, he almost did, but he didn't. And that's that. We want to toe the line, but we didn't lose a sub, and for that, we thank you for sticking around. George, I want to talk to you about Jordan Poole tonight.
Why the fuck?
Because Jordan Poole is honestly a main contributor on why Miami was able to hold on to that lead in the fourth quarter. Because what was he, 1 for 13?
He was shooting. He had hero numbers. I forgot what it was.
2 for 14 from 3.
There were prime hero numbers.
6 of 21.
How much?
6 of 21. 10 assists though.
Hey,
10 assists.
He was dishing it. He's got to make that. He's got to make up for that contract somehow. No, Poole was a main contributor on how Miami won tonight, because it was, like I said before everything went to shit. They were up by 17. Things kind of collapsed a little bit. That late game offense is still leaving a lot to be desired. They still haven't figured that out. But I mean, you could rewind about 3 years and say the same exact thing about a fourth quarter Miami Heat offense. Stone, let's go to you here because George doesn't want to play ball. Just name a role player that you liked well today. What role player that you haven't talked about tonight has already come up and played good?
Man, it was pretty rough from the role players tonight. I guess I think Shelton kind of hit on this earlier. It was nice of Tyler Herro to sacrifice and only take 19 shots. I was expecting at least 20 out of him in the Katya Elise Henry Bowl. We're back-to-back champions in that, by the way, which is just great. I might get T-shirts printed. So, yeah, I guess that would be my role player that I was pretty happy with tonight. He cut it off at 19, had just enough shame for them to get out of there with the win when they subbed him out in that last minute.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Royal, for letting me know that we haven't talked about Herro in depth tonight, because that's kind of where I wanted to shift the conversation, honestly. I'm having trouble spinning a positive development with Tyler Herro, who went, what was it, 6 for 19, if I'm not mistaken. It wasn't pretty. He had a good game last game against the Kings. He was distributing.
You see that comment? Shots. You see that comment? Beijing's calling for Tyler Herro. Someone put that. Yep.
There it is. Thank you, Elon Musk. It was just absolutely. I said it in the chat too. It's like you'll get one really good Tyler Herro game where he'll play a well-rounded, efficient basketball game, and then it's just followed with 3 more games of really, really rough outings. 19 shots, 0 free throw attempts. That's hard to do. Tyler Herro managed to do it, so I'm going to go to one person right now that I know can make an optimistic spin on this. Anthony DiNardo, what did you like from Tyler Herro's game tonight? I know you got something for me.
I see you're calling for my friend. That would be optimistic Ant. Listen, I don't really understand how you guys can say that this team has trouble scoring, and then you want to get rid of Tyler Herro, who averages the most shot attempts on the team. There's a correlation between shot attempts and scoring. Maybe if Tyler Herro got more shot attempts, he could have more points. That seems to be the basic math that a lot of you people are missing. And I don't care tonight if he was, what was he tonight? He had 5 assists to 2 turnovers. That's not bad. And he was 6 for 19. And he was a ±3. Fuck, I can't find any stats to put in his favor tonight. No, he had a nice lob pass to Bam early in the game. And I was like, okay, good. We're going to get another nice Herro night. He had, the 8 rebounds, 8 assists last game. But they never went to that again. I don't really see any reason they can't go to that, Bam pick and roll / lob 6 to 7 times a game. And unfortunately, the reason we don't see that a lot is because Tyler Herro spends half the game with the ball in his hands. Now, I did hit the over on the anonymous player prop betting app that doesn't sponsor me, so I won't say their name. They had him at 4.5 assists. And I said, hey, the way Tyler's talking about wanting to be this new point guard, he going to get you at least 8. Well, he got you 5 on the money, which was just enough to hit. So truthfully, that's all I care about.
That's actually true.
Can you please shave that
if
fucking
took 40,
mustache off? Please.
He would have dropped a 30 piece.
That's not a mustache, George. I eat that.
Take that shit away for the love of God. You already lost the fucking bet from last time. You still haven't done your fucking part. You lost the season-long bet we had last season.
On what show is that? On a show that doesn't exist anymore because you wake up at like 3 a.m.
Bitch, I'm ready. I'm being ready. I stayed ready. I'm ready to do the show. You said the other day, let's do it.
That's actually a really good segue. I wanted to ask Alex real quick his thoughts on Tyler Herro. I'll let him get his shit off real quick, but we were just getting a little bit of lore of Witness Weekly, which might be making a surprise return on the trade deadline day. George, why might Witness Weekly be making a return?
TBD.
You stupid son of a bitch.
I'm just promo, George.
And you take it. Why would Witness Weekly be coming back on the trade deadline next week?
We are planning something very, very exciting for the February 8th trade deadline. Mark it down. That's 6 days from now. We are planning a 24-hour stream. That's from the 12 a.m. in the morning to midnight. I think George is going to be the guy that does most of it because, as we all know, he has no life. Everyone understands. But we're all going to be making appearances. You'll have some segments of Witness Weekly. You'll have some segments of maybe Alex reading white people's stats or maybe bringing back the whiteboard or tier list. We'll definitely see some tier lists, but it's going to be awesome. We'll probably be putting some promo out for that on Twitter soon, but stay tuned because it's going to be a wild day. And we want to do something really special since the Miami Heat will do nothing on the trade deadline.
Exactly. That's exactly why we're doing it. We want to give our fans something to be at least look forward to. You don't know if the Heat will make a trade. You know that you can rely on the basement to be there for you on the trade deadline with some 24-hour nonstop content, including the debut of our Twitch stream. I don't know who's going to be streaming. It might be me. It might be Royal. It might be Alex. It might be George to fill up some time. Anyone who wants to stream, you can go over and see the Basement Sports Gaming on Twitch, and you'll be able to see us get a little content off over there too. Alex, it's now your turn. You've been sitting back nice and politely. I saw you wanted to jump in a few minutes ago. What do you have to say there? And then does it involve Tyler Herro?
Yeah, Trae Young tonight was 12 of 17 for 32 points. He also had 15 assists and 3 steals. He was 7 of 11 from 3. Same conversation, I was told. That's it. That's all I had for you.
I appreciate it. Anyone else want to talk about Tyler Herro before we move on and talk a little bit about this next game that's coming up? Because we might have some thoughts for this next game. The Heat are, for those who don't know, are 2-0 in their last 2. Fact or fiction?
I had the guts the whole time.
I know you
did.
Say. I saw it all over the TL. You had the guts.
I tweeted numerous times that I had guts, and anyone that did not have guts and that wanted to trade Jimmy Butler or break up this core, anyone that said that, fake fan, non-guts haver. Not me though. Full-fledged guts haver.
That's what I hear. But next game, does that 2-0 in their last 2 become 3-0 in their last 3? The Heat begin a 4-game homestand against the Los Angeles Clippers coming to town to start things off. You have to assume they'd be relatively healthy. That's going to be a tall order. I'm interested to see the way that some of those matchups play out. Stone, let's go to you right off rip here. What do you think? What are your predictions for this next game against the LA Clippers, who seem to be, in my opinion, probably the best team out west right now?
First of all, classic Steelers fan. Looking at mini streaks. In the Ravens building, we start each week 0-0. We're just trying to get to 1-0 that week.
Currently 0-1 in the last one.
Okay, that's besides. We're 0-0 this week. Listen, they're going to lose this game. To quote an alcoholic with a Heat platform, I want you to lose this game. No, I actually don't want them to lose this game. I just was thinking about that for whatever reason. But they're going to lose this game. It's like so many guys that were in Heat trade rumors that the Heat put their nose up to, and I just know they're all going to come in and drop 40 points each. They're all going to take turns just switching on to Herro and going ballistic, and I think we lose that game pretty handedly.
That's fair enough. Before I go over to George now, Stone, you have to say one positive thing about John Harbaugh. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, George. No, go ahead.
I think that he's a great family man who should dedicate and commit his entire life to spending his time with his family.
That's well said. We implore family time here at the basement. George, are you feeling good for this next game against the LA Clippers?
I'm feeling all right. I feel like this is one of those games that they could steal if things start to go right, which is an extremely optimistic take on shit at the way it's going. But look, they've got Mason Plumlee at center. We've got Bam. If he can do something, then fuck knows we've got a chance. But Kawhi's come back to form. They still got Paul George. They still got Harden. Russ off the bench. It's not looking good. As a team that actually had a similar problem early in the season, they had a big losing streak. A certain player went to the bench. They started winning again. Through the kindness of that guy's heart, Russell Westbrook, he said, "I'll go to the bench. There's too many offensive options starting right now. We got it. We got to change something up." And they started winning. Now they look like the most dangerous team, in the NBA now.
I agree. That's
we can look at the culmination of all of our work and what we're not willing to do versus a team that was willing to make the change.
And people forget, as soon as they brought in James Harden, they had some growing pains. They were 0-6, and then they turned it on, and they've looked really good. And what about you? How are you feeling against this next game against the Clips?
Well, recent history would tell you that it depends on if Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are playing. Because if they're out, we know Amir Coffey's good for, 30 bomb? Now, I do want to say the Clippers are on the first night of a back-to-back when they play the Miami Heat. So that's something we want to monitor. We know those guys will rest out of the first or second night. But if they do play in Miami, it should be an easy win, no doubt about it.
That's that optimistic and positive attitude that I come to these streams for. Thank you so much. Alex, how about you? Can I expect that same optimism from you?
Yeah, the Heat are about to blow that shit out. Fuck is you talking about? Jimmy, 40. Bam. 31.
Louder, son.
Terry Rozier, 11 of 11 from the free throw line and 2 of 10 from the field. Who else is on this fucking godforsaken roster? Tyler Herro, 17 field goal attempts. Maybe makes 4 of them.
I take the over on that. On the attempts, not the makes.
Kevin Love, another white guy. Probably 12, maybe. Points, not shots.
Orlando Robinson, double-double.
0 minutes. 0 minutes played and 0 minutes in the building. He probably will be on the G League team. That's fine. Kawhi Leonard, 17 points. He leaves early with a turned ankle because that's what he does. Not wishing that on him. That's just probably what's going to happen. It just happens. It's Kawhi Leonard. Who else is on this team? Caleb Martin. No. We're not.
7 minutes.
Caleb Martin,
crazy still.
7 points on 4 ridiculous layups. I don't know how that math works out. They're just going to subtract a point from him. It's going to happen.
He'll get fouled on one. He'll get fouled on one and shoot 50 at the line.
Yeah. They won't count it. Yeah.
I think that's fair.
He'll win by 27.
Obviously now. He wasn't moved. Oh, you're not moved by me. I will have you know I've done
maybe it was
years
me.
of radio, my friend.
I don't have the authority to be screaming the way Royal has like the bass in his chest and yells.
I will now speak my piece. I think that the Miami Heat will come out against the Clippers the next game and play basketball. I won't give you a score. I'm not going to give you a box score, no numbers. Basketball will be played. Will it be good? I'm not willing to make a commitment on that. Will it be bad? I'm also not willing to make a commitment on that. However, if you buy a ticket to that game, you will see professional athletes dribbling the basketball, shooting the basketball, maybe playing some defense. You can come to expect that when you go to an NBA basketball game, maybe. But that's what you'll see. And the Miami Heat, you know what? I've had a change of heart. They're going to win. They're going to blow that shit out. What the fuck are you talking about? The Miami Heat are winning and going to go to 3-0 in their last 3. Something the Baltimore Ravens don't know anything about. Let's bring Royal back up here and just hear what he has to say. Royal, if you will, tell us who's winning the next basketball game.
You already know! Then you want to blow that shit out! Fuck is you talking about? Shelton already told you. Jimmy, 48! Bam, 48! Tyler Herro, 48! Shots! Field goal attempts. Probably 17 makes or so. 0 free throws! Terry Rozier, PG one-time shit! 10 assists! Fuck is wrong with you? Woo! You guys are great. No, enough of that. We've seen enough white people for tonight. I will be ending this show solo. Thank you guys in the comments, as always, for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to black people and only black people during February. Play the video, Justin! Justin, look at this. Look at